If you find yourself stuck in this cycle of being able to save really well for a little while and then you're back at zero having to start again, then you need to watch this video. But I also want to highlight that this is part 2 of a 2-part training that I did in my Facebook group. Obviously, I've had to chop it up into 2 parts to work here on TikTok. So I want to encourage you guys, check it out. It's incredibly valuable. It's all about the things that are working against our best efforts to save money and create wealth. So if you feel like you struggle with that, then watch this video. Now, obviously, having financial goals is a good thing, but done the wrong way can ensure you never, ever achieve them. Couples who struggle with setting financial goals or do them the wrong way, in a fleeting moment of motivation, might find themselves writing something down on a bit of paper, on the notes section on their phone, and then they walk away. Then time comes along or continues along as it always does, leaving you wondering why you didn't achieve your goals. You're either too ambitious when you set them or too realistic and set them nice and small. But when it comes to setting goals in my program, we look to structure your goals in a way that actually inspires action. We make a plan to make them happen, but also look to ensure that we revisit them regularly, that plan regularly, tracking our progress, also ensuring that we remain fluid in our approach to the goals that we've set, knowing full well that life never quite goes to plan. But that doesn't mean you don't make a plan. We all have very unique, persuasive experiences growing up to do with money. Even between you and your partner, those experiences are very, very different. But we need to know the impact growing up has on how we handle money now. Those unique, persuasive experiences lead us to pull meaning from those experiences, right? These become the stories we tell ourselves, and beliefs are formed around that meaning or the stories that we tell ourselves. This process has happened hundreds of thousands of times as we've grown up. Then as we, grow up and get older, those beliefs are continually confirmed through what is called confirmation bias. We already believe those things, and the experience that we have, we manipulate the story or the meaning that we pull from those experiences as an adult to marry up with the beliefs that were formed when we were growing up. So if you're someone who deals with this and you can be honest with yourself, you'll be able to see you constantly sabotage your best efforts, almost on a subconscious level, unaware that you're doing it. You could be doing better, but constantly feel like you're being held back by something. You've never been able to do any better than what you currently are. So my program, when we deal with this, we revisit the things you remember. We unpack the stories you tell yourself now based on those experiences and identify any subconscious contradictions you may have and look to ensure that everything, absolutely everything we believe about money is true and empowering. The next thing is that money is so much more than numbers on a spreadsheet or budget. You see, when we learn about money, the focus is heavily on numbers. Working out your income and expenses, making sure you're spending less than what you make. And if you're not, you got to cut back, right? But if this is you've probably spent countless hours staring at spreadsheets. You're constantly changing your budget and moving money around to pay for things and always looking to cut back more, focusing on every last dollar. But the truth is, money is more than numbers. Yes, it's overwhelmingly taught as a maths-based field. I understand that, where you put your figures and data into a formula and it tells you what to do. But there's a big assumption at that point that you will just go and do it, But knowing what to do, knowing the numbers tells you nothing about what happens in your head when you try. Viewing money as just numbers ignores the very human element to our money, an element that is full of emotion and nuance because we are. So what we do in my program here is that we give people powerful tools to take control of the human element of our money. Without bridging the gap between you both, you will continue to undo each other's work, almost unintentionally working against each other. And whether you argue about money or not, we need to remove any tension between the 2 biggest drivers of your wealth, which is the 2 of you. When it comes to money within your relationship, if this is you, normally one of you is the spender or the other is a saver, or another scenario that I come across all the time is that one partner is a dreamer, the big picture thinker, always wanting and promising these big things, and the other is all about the details, right? And finds it hard to see how anything the dreamer suggests or says is possible is actually going to happen, desperately wanting to know just what the next 1 or 2 steps are. But when it comes to your relationship, in my program, we look to get you both working really, really well together around money. Get you both on the same page, heading in the same clear direction, both fully aware of what your roles are and what's happening with your money. But we look to bridge the gap between you both. You guys manage your life together, a house together. You might even be raising children together right now. So why not money? That really should be an area that we do together well.